And this superbike is something which each one of you, and I'm very sure, would have put up on your wall, would have dreamt about. And it's my honor to actually interview today the most special guest that we have on our channel, the managing director of Ducati. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out the time.
Hello, good evening everyone, and yeah, I'm also happy to be here. It's great connecting with all of you and looking forward to this interaction with Rahul.
Wonderful. So, what we have seen so far is Ducati as a brand. But there is a lot that goes behind making such a name that everyone loves, making such a superbike that is known not just in India but across the world. Bippul's journey has been right from the frontline sales to moving to different companies, which were the mass market companies, to now coming to the luxury brand, which is something which only the top, I would say 0.01% get to enjoy. And the dynamics are very, very different. And the road to that journey, I am very sure, must have been very difficult and very enriching as well in form of an experience. Right, starting from as a salesperson, and that's what you highlight in your LinkedIn bio as well. That you are a learner for life for sales, and you identify yourself as a salesperson first. So I want to start this interaction with one funny thing that I want to ask. You have photo on LinkedIn with the bike. Is it you riding the bike?
Yes, that's me.
Amazing.
Whatever pictures you can find on any of the social media, whether it's LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook,
Right.
even my WhatsApp, everything, if there is someone riding, it's me.
Amazing, amazing. So that's why you joined Ducati because you loved the bikes, or what was the real reason?
Well, yes, in a way I was lucky.
Oh.
Mm, Very few people, in fact, everywhere people say that you should work where you find your true passion. I would say that I am lucky in a way that Ducati gives me the space to work on to things which I really love. So, as you have introduced me, my career comes out to be 100% from an auto background.
Yes.
And I'm very lucky that I got to work across the segments of auto industry. Two-wheelers, passenger cars, commercial vehicles, back to two-wheelers, although the notch is it's several notches higher as far as the price is concerned, and several notches in a different direction as far as volume is concerned. So I have looked at both the ends of value and volume, but it's very interesting, and yes, I definitely love working in this segment, and it's great to be here.
That is great. That's great. And as everyone can see, I can't stop smiling in this episode because it's very unique because these are some of the aspirational brands, right? Means to even have a thought of owning such a big brand, like owning a bike of this brand makes you so happy. And you are able to live this day in and day out, like having the position of a managing director at Ducati India is a big deal. But I would like you to please tell a little bit of your journey, right, from when you started, because most of our audience is from like 0 to 5 years in their working experience. So these people are just starting up. So being a managing director at such a luxury brand or such a big brand is not even on the cards right now. But how do you prepare for that? And who was Bipul as a person when he started and when he was like building his journey up when where our viewers are?
See, one thing is very clear, which we all must know. Being empty of Ducati does not mean that I get to ride all the time.
Yeah, of course.
My business has its own challenges, its own quirkiness, opportunities, everything. So, more often than not, I am into different things which are actually not even remotely connected with riding. But yeah, I do get to ride, and that way, as I said a couple of minutes ago, I am very lucky that Ducati has given me this platform, and I have ridden across locations. So, Ducati, as you know, makes bikes in various segments. It is unlike any mass bike, wherein the bike or two-wheeler, anything, or an automobile is a machine to go from point A to point B. Ducati and the bikes of this nature are not like this.
Right.
We make super bikes to be ridden on a racetrack. We make with like our Bandali. And all of the Ducati bikes are completely roady. So you can ride any of the Ducatis we sell here in India into any part of the country on any kind of road, whether it's road or race or whatever. So, having said that, like Panigale, typically we ride Panigale on the racetrack. So, I have ridden across multiple racetracks in multiple countries, and most of them are MotoGP certified racetracks. So, I'm lucky that I have ridden on those very tracks onto which MotoGP takes place. Like on a adventure tour by Strada, I have done Spiti, Leh Ladakh, and I have ridden in Italy also many locations. I have done Bhutan. So I have been lucky that, and that's a great thing. But then, uh, being MD is something different. And as you said that who was Vipul before coming to Ducati or even before joining the professional journey? See, Vipul is a very simple guy with very simple taste. Yes, passage of time definitely adds on to taste, but specifically the typical answer, I still like the ghar ka dal chawal type boy. so I'm that kind of person. As you said, it is a journey which has been very interesting. I have worked across the country. I have risen through the ranks, and probably I have worked. I have tried to learn being transparent within my system, with my seniors, with my team members, and most importantly, transparent and honest with myself. And yeah, luck always been a part.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I would like to ask, like, there is a very negative connotation, and especially with the people who are just entering the workforce regarding sales. So, sales is something that is seen as one of the last options, right? And it is across the board, right? Even if you are graduating or doing a post graduation in an MBA, whatever you are doing. I would like you to please highlight on this part. Is that a right way of thinking? Or there is something which is hidden that some people are not able to understand?
Let me take this question in a very different way. Probably not unlike or not in the direction an MD should think of. But the month is like that. So we got Valentine's Day around. Yeah. if you're not a good salesman, you can't even sell yourself to your intended partner.
Amazing.
It's how important sales is in life.
Right.
I always say this example. See, whatever you do, whether you go to a school or college for your admission, whether you appear in an interview, whether I am giving this interview, whether you are approaching a partner for a relationship, whatever it is, even if you are talking to your child, you need to be a salesman. Because being salesman does not mean you are trying to sell something. It also means you are trying to put forth your perspective, your views, your points. And with that type of communication interaction, if you are able to sell something, that is not only selling something tangible, but selling something intangible also, I think the job of sales is done. And that is sales. It is not like picking up a phone and trying to do some scam. Not at all. And sales requires lots of hard work, I tell you. Even in our job, in automobiles, where in India specifically speaking, we have something called mono-brand dealerships. Now, what is mono-brand and multi-brand? In India, you will find even if a single business owner has a different 10, 5, 10, whatever kind of dealerships. So the same owner can have, let us say, multiple brands in two-wheelers or multiple brands in four-wheelers, let me not take any name. But he will have to give different infrastructure. Right? In foreign markets, under the same roof, you have multiple brands. So those are multi-brands, and here we have mono brands. So despite knowing that my dealer will work with me only, Under the same roof, he cannot put my computer brand. Despite that, when I go to him for a meeting, I need to prepare myself. What kind of business are we doing? What are the potentials? What are the challenges? What can be done in a better fashion? What can be corrected? What should not be done? What his team is doing. So, in our business also, in automobiles, and this is true for any business, any industry, I would say, if we have to talk to our business partners, we need to be experts in sales, marketing, strategy, even HR, finance. Unless we can look at the money, business will not happen. So sales is actually a misnomer. Sales is sum total of everything. I need to be a sales planner. Unless I take pipeline or order from my dealership and I give the same into a correct format to my factory, how are they going to make? And this is true for bikes, this is true for cars, this is true for FMCG, this is true for white goods. You think of anything. Sales encompasses everything. So, well, we got a bad name, but that's it. It's not at all a bad career option.
No, and that's what I like, for whoever, I keep on talking with young freshers, young minds. I keep on telling them, like, you are doing sales. It's good that you're getting paid for it, right? Why don't you take out
Yeah,
your
you have said an interesting point.
Yeah.
Why I like sales, one of the important aspects is, I don't get me as a freeloader. I get to, or I got to, I still get to travel not only across the country but across the world on company money.
Exactly. No, that's the reality. So next, moving on in the same direction, right? So after COVID, a lot of things changed, right? I would like to take you even before COVID, after COVID, when you were working with the brands which had a lot of people, like Ashok Leyland was there, Tata Motors was there. So, what is one common mistake, or a top three common mistakes that you see young professionals making when they are entering this?
See, it's slightly challenging or slightly difficult to answer this question in a black and white kind of scenario. Because what we are talking about or what my thoughts are would be there would be sort of continuum rather than category silo wise. So the three challenges or three situations in front of newcomers, people joining the workforce in today's time. See, first and very important thing, success will not come overnight. You need to slog. And while there has been a hue and cry over the remark of a history captain on working hours and whatnot, see, I would still say in the younger age, you have time at your side. No one is penalizing you for not working for 10, 12, 15 hours. And I'm not saying that you should work daily for 12, 15 hours. No, that is not at all the idea. But if you have a work at hand, if you have a task, a project to be completed, please don't look at the clock. Very important. What happens? Looking at the age, it can be commented that you need not go home to take care of the daily situation. See, for example, people like me. I have a family, a wife, kids, who will have different requirements, right? I need to go somewhere because of my child's school needs, college needs, whatever, or I need to buy something, or I need to go to some relation. Generally, these things will be with the younger people also. I'm not saying no, but the intensity will be lesser. The occurrence will be lesser. Probably this thing will happen 3 or 4 times in a week for me, probably for a younger person of 25 years. This will happen once or twice a week. So I'm not denying, I'm not discounting. I'm simply saying you will have to probably dedicate some more focus onto your job at hand. This will teach you, this will make you stronger, and this will open doors for far, far greater glories. So this is one thing. Another thing I will say that once people leave college, they probably stop learning. You should never stop learning. Even today, I believe, and I'm not trying to boast, but when I joined Ducati, this was a completely new business for me. Right? Sales is one part, but selling of certain item is a different thing. For example, if you send me to sell probably a white good or a FMCG kind of item today, I will not be that successful. First, I will have to understand their process. The channel would be different. The working would be different. Uh, so what I did, I tried to learn about big bikes. I had never ridden big bikes before that. Right. So for me, even learning to ride big bike was a challenge. So I learned that also. So I saw, even today I see lots of videos whenever any new bike from Ducati or a competitor comes in, what media or what people are talking about on YouTube. So I watch lots of YouTube videos, keep myself updated. What new techs are coming, not only in bike, but in general. Probably one of the field, now again, this can be a third point for the younger people. See what happens. People think that, okay, I will learn, but I will learn in my department. Yeah. So a mechanical guy will learn mechanical, CS will learn CS, MBA will learn about marketing or something like that. My point is, you will have to make yourself ready for future challenges. An engineer will necessarily have idea about economics. It's not correct. But as an engineer, you will have to learn about economics. See, today, what because of the proliferation of YouTube and many other channels, people have started knowing about many things. Lot many of youngsters invest in share market, and hence they know many things. They talk about the monetary policy of RBI and so many things. Yes. In our time, this was even lesser. And even today, not everyone talks in this language, but you should talk. Not that you are an expert investor. No, that is not the idea. I don't invest even a single rupee in share market. But as an industry leader, I need to learn. I need to understand which direction economy is going, what GST means, what kind of GST changes have happened. In the last budget, what kind of things are coming for us as a professional of industry, as a person who pays income tax, something like that. So my idea for the youngsters would be not necessary to look at the face of the clock every day. Spend some additional time, but complete your job. Once you leave your office, you should not go home with the tension of the work. Even that, if that means spending 2 hours more, when you go home, you are going home back to your family. Even if you don't have a family, so as to say, you live somewhere away from your parents, you're not married, but you got a home. That's your time. Then you watch TV, watch YouTube, read books, magazines, watch reels, talk to your friends, families, whatever you wish to do. That's your time. Then the work pressure should not come back. Because you have already spent half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours extra, concentrate the job and never stop learning. In your field, in additional field.
Now, for the second part, this is very important. And one of my advisors, so Dr. Anuj Kakkarji. So Dr. Anuj Kakkarji is one of those fellows who has his education from IIT and then IIM in 1980s. And super serious. He was with Aptech for almost 22 years, and he retired as a CEO from there. So he says one thing very interesting to me. He says, with the advent of AI, something that we used to call as experience has not a lot of value today. So the half cycle of the knowledge that we used to have has reduced. जैसे इसका एक बहुत ही परफेक्ट एग्जांपल मैं देना चाहूँगा यहाँ पे कि हमारे जो ग्रैंडफादर्स थे उन्होंने कोई एक स्किल सीखी और उस स्किल को सीखकर उन्होंने पूरी अपनी जिंदगी उसमें बिता दी। जब हमारे पेरेंट्स की बारी आई उन्होंने भी इसी तरीके से एक स्किल किसी ने सीखी। माय डैड स्टार्टेड स्कूल इन 96 व्हेन ही वाज जस्ट 25-26 एट दैट एज and he is doing it right now, but now when he is in his 50s he is now facing a little bit of a problem, although he is very good with like adaptation. उन्होंने कोविड के टाइम पे मतलब टेक्नोलॉजी भी सीखा, सारी चीजें सीखी, एप्स बनवाई, ये सब चीजें की, बट दे नीड टू लर्न टू स्किल्स. नाउ विद आवर एज it is going to become more and more difficult because the half cycle of the knowledge is going to keep on compressing. अभी हम लोग देख रहे हैं मतलब I can for very short even with GetWork when we started as a SaaS company. We were like okay this is what we have been and as जैसे अभी तक हम लोगों ने देखा था कि कोई एक SaaS बना देता था और फिर वो चलता रहता था 20-25 साल 30 साल वो चलता रहता था. Came October of 2022, ChatGPT का advent हुआ and everything was changed. And then Claude Code and all of those things came, and we would have never even predicted that. But today, our team is learning, our people are learning, and I think it is a very important part. This is something which could have been ignored earlier. अब तो वो chance ही नहीं, बिल्कुल chance ही नहीं है उस वाली चीज को लेके. So definitely, very good 2 pointers that are out there, right? So how do you build culture when your brand represents emotions and aspiration, right? So for you, like there would have been a very big difference, right? जैसे Tata Motors है या फिर Ashok Leyland है. These are, I would say, a need for people, right? Whenever somebody is entering that, so there is something which is like a need, and they know for sure कि अगर मैं कोई ये प्रोडक्ट बाय करने वाला हूँ तो इससे मेरा ROI कैसे निकलने वाला है. While Ducati is very different, right? So how do you build that culture within your?
See, that's very interesting. In fact, in Ducati, we fully understand and appreciate that buying a Ducati fulfills a desire. So, if we have to quote the marketing terms, then probably we are nowhere in the need and want kind of category. Yeah. However, very interestingly, for some people, this actually can become a need and want.
Okay.
I know some people because they have reached to a situation wherein for them they need to have some kind of kick in their life.
Right.
But that's a different thing. I will not talk much on that. Coming back to your question, to survive on a day-to-day basis,
Right.
we need to talk to the people, to the clients in a way which can suffice to their thought process why they should be buying this. Very much conducive to that kind of thought process. Okay. So now the basic thought process goes, you have to sell the thing from the right place. So it's not only product, it's the place also. So the channel has to be correct. We choose our real partners also very carefully. So most of the Ducati India channel partners, not only Ducati India, I would say globally also, most of the channel partners, they themselves are riders.
Okay. They have this passion.
They have this passion. Okay. See, unless you treat this business as a passion, or rather, I need to rephrase myself. Unless you treat the Ducati dealership as a passion, you may not be that successful. Till the time you are treating Ducati as a simple business, source of revenue and profit. Okay, business है तो चलेगा ही ना. So I will not name, that's not fair. But most of my dealers also they are riders by themselves, and the relationship which they have the riders is amazing. The connect is amazing. The comfort riders feel in our dealerships is amazing. There are so many riders who come to dealership just for the sake of coming.
Oh, okay.
I feel good here. They will come, have a chat with the dealership team, with other riders, have coffee, and go back. So that's the kind of
It's like a community that we have.
It's a community.
So I'll zoom out a little, right? So when I ask my next question, it's about the luxury brands, like which are aspirational brands, like in you have Ducati.